All ties like the flies in the sky, soaring high, I'm on a level, win a medal, time to fly. Lost spies, woodworking drama in the night, time to fight. I'm not dying for a sinner with no sight and no light. Knocking off the wickets like a cricket's on a wire. Click that bang, shots are fired, running from life's desire. Making a labor run with an aim of small fire. Slap the racket on my shoulder, this fool ain't no liar. They call me humble D, dominating, being humble. I will sting you like a bee, kill your talents when you stumble. Mark my vision, bring me down, 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 right to your mumble. I can finally see this ball, but all the fakeness isn't subtle. Who's that with a boom bap? Robbie's in a school rap. Judging makes you wix and fix a leak on your screw cap. Looking for a tweet on the subject, you threw back. I'm ending up this here, I've got no time for a loop back.
Oh yes, welcome guys, welcome. We have a new person in the studio tonight. This is a very special episode, okay? This is the Who's Rattled My Flaps, guys. So remember that, Who's Rattled My Flaps, featuring Gemma P right here at the bottom.
Hello.
Hello. And over on my right, I have Mr. Curtis Fletcher in the house.
Hello,
How's it going?
Ooh.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. So, feel free to share, like, subscribe. Remember, tonight's show is explicit as it goes. So if you're easily offended, I suggest you switch off now. That's all I'm going to say on that. So I'm going to let you take it over, Gemma P, and tell them what's what.
Ooh. What's what?
Tell them what's what, love. Tell them what's what. Make sure they don't fall off yet, though.
So I do want to make my disclaimer first, and my disclaimer is I'm talking on triggering subjects of mental health and suicide. So please feel free, if you think that you're going to be triggered, to leave the live now, so you're not affected by this. The subjects covered will only be facts, gathered information and stories from people's lives and myself. And if you're easily offended in any way or you get triggered easily, I would advise not to continue to watch, as I come with only facts and stories and truth. So sit back, buckle up, as it's about to get deep. And also, guys, if the shoe fits Cinderella, come to the fucking ball, because there is a few people, I'm not going to be saying their names, but there's a few people that I will be talking about tonight.
Oh yes, and I really hope they're watching.
Yes, I
I
do.
really hope.
So please comment. If you are listening, please do comment, because you're more than welcome to come up here with me on live and we will have it out. More than happy for you to take the floor. So yes.
Most definitely. And Curtis, I believe, has his own little subject
Yes.
he would like to talk about tonight. So, would you like to give him a little explanation what that's going to be, Curtis?
Yes, so as somebody that has done it myself without realising, we're going to be on about TikTok manipulation and how people on the app go live and will make up excuses to make you feel sorry for them, to give them money. Yes, so my main topic will be manipulation and why should it happen and why should we sit back and allow it.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. You know, because TikTok is a worldwide thing. You know, like you go on there, you think, right, okay, I'm gonna go on, do my music, become famous. But people become famous for the wrong reasons, you know, or they become bullied or intimidated, like whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? It's the worst place right now. It's actually taken over Facebook, I believe.
Yeah, it has, and not just that. I mean, I'm somebody that has been the person that asked for money and gave an excuse, but also the you know, Pi Peru will be my main topic tonight. I've got a bank balance in a statement of £8,000 that I've given out because I was manipulated. So that is why that is my topic tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Rob, could you turn that music down in the background a bit?
I certainly can. Is
Thank
it a
you.
bit loud?
Yeah, it's a bit loud.
How's that? That's on 13 now. Is
That's
that all
better.
right?
GD Music says, hi guys, the background music is a bit too loud. Yeah.
I know. I thought I was going to have to shout, release!
So,
there you go.
what I think we should do is, I think before we get into like the more serious, like triggering ones about suicide, mental health, and also about TikTok manipulation, because they're very strong ones, I think I should get my rant out of the way first.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In fact, I've stopped the music to make it more serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I want to talk about is scammers and manipulators as well, believe it or not, but in the music industry. In the music industry. I have, over the last few months backwards, we came across two people who we thought were absolutely amazing. And one we found out was a manipulator, a scammer, somebody who likes to threaten, and somebody who was a narcissist. The other one we thought was really, really nice, a very strong person, until they decided that everything we'd done to protect them from this other person, they kind of bent me over and shagged us straight up the arse. Simple as, do you know what I mean?
Hey, you know, you can't put it any more clearer than that, can you, love?
I cannot. But what I'm starting to get slightly pissed off with, guys, is the fact of you can do anything in life, okay? So this isn't about what they've done or what we've done. So we started off doing a talk show. So they decided to do a talk show, but also charge people. We decided to do a chart show. They've decided to do a chart show, but you daft stupid fuckers are paying to get onto that chart show. You're paying £5 each to get onto it. Why? What the fuck? Why?
I'm sorry. I had to laugh at that one. Like, you know, that's the best joke I've heard all night. It really is.
Like, what the fuck? Why? Do you know what I mean? Like, I tell you what, why don't you all send me a £5 now and I'll tell you, oh yeah, you're number one. There you go. You're number one in the chart. There you go. And then also to have a
I'll put my
chart
bank
show.
details in the chat.
Yeah, we'll all have it. Do you know what I mean? We'll all tell you you're number one. But it's not even a proper chart show. Who uses a polling system on bloody Facebook? What somebody uses to ask what colour paint they should do in the sitting room. Do you know what I mean? Green or black? Do you know what I mean? And you vote on it.
It used to be like that years ago, but then other people started finding other ways to vote and things. You know, a little bit more professional. You know,
if you're not going to like run a chart show, do you not want to do it like properly? Do you not want to? You look like. Do you want to know what it looks like? You know, when your kids go to school and they get like something to do at home, where they've got to write a news report or they've got to write something. That's what it looks like. It looks like this child's getting a hold of it and went, okay, Mommy and Daddy, this is how we do a poll, and we're going to put Tom, Dick and Harry in, and then we'll decide who's the best, give them a round of applause. But if I don't get a round of applause, I'm going to slate you all over. You're working with a narcissist, guys.
Yeah.
You are really, really working with a narcissist. You know who it is. I mean, Alice in Wonderland hasn't got a fucking look in, to be quite honest with you.
What frustrates me is for the fact I'm not bothered if someone wants to go and create something, you know, and make something good out of it. Good luck to you. But do not, and I mean this, guys, do not copy other people's trends. Don't do it. Create your own trends, because that's what it's about.
And if you're going to create your own trend, try and do it properly. Because honestly, you're looking like a right arsehole at the minute on Facebook. You look, people are laughing at you. And the people who you've got under your spell, your narcissistic spell, because that's what you are narcissistic, Alice in Wonderland. You are really a narcissist, okay? You've got these people under your spell. You see, when them people break away, they soon find out that you're a cunt. And the amount of people who have told me you were a cunt, you've ripped people off.
Yeah.
You've ripped numerous people off, including myself.
You've ripped bands
off, radio stations. You've ripped everybody off.
You know, you claim to be vulnerable yourself, but you've actually ripped vulnerable people off.
And I'll tell you what else I'm sick and tired of is the protection that you've got. Yes, we know you've got cerebral palsy, and I'm very, very sorry that you were born with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were that disabled, you wouldn't be able to do all the things that you're doing. And you're telling everybody you've got this, that, and the other. You've got no diagnosis for a pet. When you've got a diagnosis, come forward. Because you haven't. You're sitting there looking like a right wanker at the minute. You really are. And to be quite honest with you, if you were my kid, I'd be ashamed of you. Totally ashamed of you.
I mean, what do you think on scammers and manipulation, Curtis?
Well, they're all over, and I'm sorry, but as you said, you've got chart shows, and you shouldn't have to pay to have your music out there when that person isn't registered anywhere. They're not going to get who's going to be viewing that Alice in Wonderland's show. One or two people. That's really good promotion. That.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I
But
mean,
then, you know,
sorry,
the
go on,
scamming
Curtis.
part of it, like, if you're gonna do something, at least be honest about it. Don't just use the back of somebody else's idea to try and benefit from it. Come up with your own.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Give
Yeah,
something back for the fiver.
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I mean, to say that you'll bring them on for a 10-minute interview and blah, 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 and all the rest of it. And that's free. That's still free. You're doing it on a free app. So I
Yeah.
would like to know, if Facebook would like to know, that you're charging to use their platform. There you
Mhm.
go. Because I'm sure that's illegal.
Can I just say as well, what really, really gets on my fucking bollocks, right? Literally, like they make them more hairy than they are, right? Is for the simple fact is when you help people by creating a merchandise, logos, giving them something to say, look at me, I'm an artist, I'm stepping up. You know, then go and shit on you from a great height and rather work with somebody that promotion wise ain't that great. Why shoot yourself in the foot just to work with somebody that you can't let go of because they're bullying you, they're intimidating you, and you can't see it? I mean, if someone threatened my child or my stepchild, and I'm sure Curtis would agree, and Gemma,
Mhm.
then we would go to prison for that person.
I would skip down to the police station and tell them I fucking done it.
Well,
If
it's funny you should say that, because Pied Piper, who is a part of my topic in a bit,
Mhm.
their spawn of the devil child threatened to curb stomp my child, and when I say I was going mental, I was like, listen, you can't be doing shit like that. It's wrong. You don't do it.
So Paul
So
Stone says, can I
I
just
could say
say,
that.
wasn't it your part of charging loads of money just to make a picture for people? Graphics design, yeah. Yes, he was
Mhm.
charging money for graphics
But
design,
not
and
not loads of money.
no loads of money. But I would like to find a graphics designer out there, Paul, who doesn't charge. So if you can find one who does graphics design, send them my way. Who doesn't charge?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also as well
Oh.
for people to sit there and say that musicians that use computers to make music are not true musicians, then you guys are so fucking thick. For the simple fact is, in order for me to make my melodies and my beats that I do, I've got to play an instrument. Okay, so I use a keyboard or I can play a guitar. It doesn't really matter. I'm playing instruments. I'm creating music. Do you know what I mean? Now, like I said, this show is not for anybody to get easily offended. If you're offended by something, do me a favor, fuck off, because this show ain't for you. Yeah, this part of this section is a new section for my wife and friends and family to be able to let loose and get what grinds on our gears and rattles my wife's
Well,
flaps. So
Paul, but was this for a friend, wasn't it? Do you know what it is? When you're doing something like that, doesn't matter if it's for friend or family. If you own a shop, would you let your friends and family come in and clear your shop out for absolutely nothing? Would you? Would you? Just asking. Just a question. That's all. Just a quick question.
Listen, at the end of the day, right, friends or family, okay, when you're trying to make like a living in life, okay, then you have to put a little charge because it's your time, it's your experience that you're putting into something. And if someone doesn't think that you're worth something, then they're not worth anything.
And if you think it's contradicting to what I'm saying about paying £5 to go into a
And I
chart,
did. Sorry, I did. I just want to jump in there. I did charge mates rates. I actually
yeah,
did charge mates rates.
judge mates rates, yeah,
Yeah, I did.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
£15 here, £20 there for a picture that I would take maybe 2 or 3 hours to create. Yeah, I did charge
Yeah.
mates rates. So get your facts straight before you want to come and start commenting on
And
this
what I'm
live.
saying about is
know?
charging £5 to go into a chart show when you're running it through Facebook and you don't get charged off Facebook to go live or to do a poll. Do you know what I mean? Like people who pay for StreamYard and pay for polling systems.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I say that I'm so proud of the chart show I run? We've never charged anyone. Thank you.
And the same as us. The same as us, guys. We don't charge nobody either. You know, this chart show right here is our chart show. And we charge nobody. It's even a free voting system. You know?
Mhm.
So what can I say? Everybody works different, but unfortunately, when someone's charging to be on a free chart show, that's wrong. That's wrong. So
So, to be quite honest with you, hold on a minute. Paul,
what?
I know who you are.
No.
And the fight between Rob and Curtis at that time got blown out of proportion. Curtis
Yeah.
has apologised for that. Even
That's
when it
why
was on
he's
about
here.
the logos, that's why he's here with us now. Curtis has apologised for blowing the logos and everything else you said out of proportion.
Correct.
Okay, Paul? So
And
just to let you know, honey.
I'm sure Curtis would agree that we had an agreement of mates rates.
We did, but it got blown out of proportion, Paul. So yeah, that's all settled. That's why Curtis is sitting right here with us today, my honey.
Would you
But
like
thank
to
you
say
for
hello,
joining
Curtis?
us. I think he's
Paul
busy.
is lovely. He is
Oh,
lovely.
there he goes.
Just so you know.
No, that's all good. But like I say, you know, anybody that wants to throw anything, as long as you understand that we come with facts. Do you know what I mean? We're not here to.
Paul, you don't need to apologise. That's what the show's about, coming forward. Do you know what I mean? And
not for
talking
people
about
to be
things.
offended. It's
So
not
it's
for people
fine.
to be offended.
Curtis
you
hasn't
can say what
getting
you
around
want.
to Curtis hasn't getting around to telling everybody that we've sorted things out and everything's fine. He's
That's
just
fine.
taking his time with it. So
Yeah, of course.
you wasn't to know. That's fine. Don't worry.
No,
Don't
because
panic.
we're concentrating on obviously building our friendship back up. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Yeah, but
no,
thanks for coming forward, Paul. You know,
Paul
you had a
is
strong
lovely, and
case there.
he's always
Listen,
had my back when
it
I've
got
been
Yeah,
quiet.
that's fine.
It got mixed wires. I'll be honest with you.
But that's what it's about, having it out with each other. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
please don't take it personal, Paul, but that's what this show's about.
Exactly. Yeah. So, Curtis, would you like to talk about your little section?
Yeah.
Yes.
So obviously my part was about manipulation. Now, as I said at the start, I have been one that has manipulated using excuses for money. At times, you know, making bits up, but we all learn. Well, some of us do anyway. But Pied Piper, I'm not going to give real names, but Pied Piper on TikTok seems to be coming on every day, and every day is an excuse for why she wants money. Now, this person only got paid recently, and the day later was coming on asking for more money for food. Now, their food to them goes into a pipe, so you know the manipulation is real, and they're not the only person that do it. You know, a lot of people do, but when it comes to your close friends and you're seeing it, and then you get accused of going in there and stuff, you know, it makes you think, doesn't it? Oh wow, you know, I just, yeah, I can't get my head around how some people will go in there and they'll then come into us and go, oh, this person's asked me for a £5 every day this week. I'm not going to give them no more. We'll discuss it. Then we're the bad ones. Again, manipulation. That person will then go back in there and go, oh, I'll send you something.
Yeah.
Because they feel manipulated. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it yourself. You've got the big TikTok creators that do storylines and scripted arguments to get views and gifts.
Well, wasn't it with CLA when she went into the mental hospital, but it was all for an act.
Well, yeah, I heard that, but obviously we all know you can't go into a mental hospital without obviously being sectioned. So, was it an act by her? I don't know. But
yeah,
that's the problem when you've manipulated somebody. People then don't trust whether that's the real you.
yeah.
And I'm coming from experience, like Piper, as I say, I could get my statements up now and reveal thousands that have been given out, and it makes you sick when you then when I got pulled up on it, like Paul will tell you, my friends, when they see me manipulating or Curtis, that's manipulation, I'm like, fuck, because sometimes you don't know.
Yeah,
but when you do know and you're still doing it.
So you've got to remember, Curtis, we've known you from 2018.
Yeah.
And when we first met you, you weren't like that.
No, I wasn't.
Then you got dragged down the line, and you were a trapped man at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like, in more than one way, you were a trapped man. And you, with money, because all your money was taken from you. You've got to remember, we've seen this. Do you know what I mean? We've done all the rest of it. So I think your time where you went through your shitty stage was more cry for help than anything else.
It was, but then a part of it as well, which is why I can speak about the manipulation side of things. When you become quite popular on the app, which I did, I was declaring everything I earned because I got reported several times the previous year when I wasn't doing hardly anything money wise. So when it comes to I was getting paid thousands each week just to sing, I become expected of it, and I wanted it, and I craved it. Then when it was just taken away from me and I'd done all good, I then started to become evil, thinking that the world, everybody owed me something. I fucking did this for you. I've done that for this person, so I deserve it back. So the app does change you. And if I can't say, I'm innocent in some of the shit that I've done because I'm responsible for it. But if people was to dig into my past and actually see, do you know what? He didn't have no carers or anybody from the age of 16. He bought himself up, and then he got into relationships with people older than him because he was too scared to live on his own.
That's what I was going to say. Do you not think you were manipulated throughout of your life, which causes a ripple effect?
Yeah. And if it wasn't for the friends that I've got now, keep pulling me up. Even you guys, you've done it yourself, Jamie. You've gone, Curtis, you can't do that. You can't say that. I wouldn't be where I am now, and I would probably still be sat there going, oh, can I borrow money? Oh, do you know what? They're not going to give it me if I say it's for back here. Right, I've run out of electric. And it becomes natural to do it. So to get out of it when you're so used to doing it, because you don't want to give the real reason of, oh, do you know what? My bills are £790, and then I borrowed off of my missus, so I've got to pay that back. And then people say, what did you borrow for? So then, like, it's why I'd go into telling them, again, not realising, well, you're manipulating still.
Yeah.
Now, we've said it many times to people on the app, oh, that's manipulation. No, you're just jealous because I'm getting this and you're not. No, it's not a case of that. It's not a case of that. It's a case of how you're doing it and how you're getting it.
Yeah. Rob, we can't hear you. No, can't hear you at all. Can you hear Rob, Curtis?
No, it's like it's on mute.
It's not letting him into the studio for some reason. But you had the balls to go around and apologise and sort your shit out.
Yeah, and paid as much as I could back. Don't get me wrong, there's still some people that I hadn't paid back, but like I've always had the motto of, which I've had to change because it is wrong. If I fall out with you, I'm not going to go out of my way to try and find you on a different account to message you and get your bank details off you. If we've fallen out, we're falling out. I'm going to have that attitude of I'm not paying you back. So that was wrong. Like I have said, I am responsible, and some people I did remember I'd borrowed off. But because I was always under the influence of either diazepam or Xanax, I was taking illegal street substances. I was forgetting who I was borrowing off, so that list become very long. And when it's not wrote down, and you've got rid of messages because you don't want people logging into your account to see them. Do you know what I mean? It got it got out of hand. But to this day, I have still borrowed. You know, I haven't borrowed this month, touch wood, but I have borrowed. But I've changed how I do it now because, and even still, I slipped up. Like I messaged somebody and I put because I want to go to Asda. That's manipulation. You're saying what you want it for and that who you're going with and stuff. And I was like, oh shit. I've got and I've got to that point now where like I do get annoyed when I sit and watch certain people on the app doing what they're doing. But do I give a hoof about that person? No, not at all.
No, because you don't give a shit about you.
No. And it's just, I did say, obviously, when I come on this, I'll be straight up and I'm not just going to sit there and pass shit on and not act like I've not manipulated people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying, because I've got experience of being the manipulator.
Well,
manipulation.
I'm back.
You are back, but I've got to say, Curtis, we've known you since 2018, and not once have you ever asked to borrow off us.
No, but I'm going to say this: the biggest step you done was when you approached myself on Facebook and apologized for the way things went down, and that took guts. That took guts, and respect to you for doing that. You know,
like
because I'm not saying that I wasn't in the wrong, because I was as well. You know, I should have held my tongue a little bit with things.
And
you know
me.
what I mean?
And me.
Exactly. You know, we can all say things and like hurtful.
I wasn't innocent in it all.
And we can all do stuff like that. You know what I mean? But you was man enough.
It was definitely something was telling me to do it because you kept coming up on the suggested friends on my Facebook, and I thought the only time that happens to me is when either it's a family member I've not seen.
Yeah.
But I'd been watching you. Do you know what I mean? When you've been in people's boxes, I've been watching from the outside, and that's why I was like, to Rob, you've got to give him a chance. He's changed. And you have. You have changed.
I have, but I've still got my little faults, you know.
Oh, we all. I'm sorry, but don't we all have our little faults?
Look at the screen. It's life. It's life, brother. You know, things happen, but I believe everything happens for a reason, and we were meant to speak again. So that's it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter to me what anybody else thinks. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And do you not think it's also because you had to live a false life as well? Like,
well, yeah, because I was living a lie. You know, I'm a gay man, but I wanted to try and make a family home for my child. So I did everything in my power to try and make that happen. But
you can still make a home and a family as a gay man for a child.
I'm going to.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't stop you from being a daddy, being gay. Do you know what I mean? So
no, definitely not.
No.
But we knew this, Curtis. Do you know what I mean? We knew this all along, but it's not our place to say these things. It's up to you to decipher that out.
Exactly.
I tried it. It worked for the first 3 years. It was quite good. It worked. And then obviously, as the years have gone on, TikTok again, that was involved in part of it because I did. We lived separate lives. We lived in the same house, but we lived separate lives. Marcus was always happy, but you know, I just wasn't anymore, and I turned to tablets to try and cover that, and then lost myself. And as I say, and I will say it again on here, without the people that I've got, I wouldn't be where I am now. But as I say, I like yourselves, I have friends that always pull me up when I'm doing something, not afraid to go, do you know what? You fucked up there.
But there's ways of saying it, do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to be aggressive on somebody when they're fucked up, because everybody fucks up every day. Everybody.
Of course.
Everybody does. I probably make the biggest fuck ups every 2 minutes. So I open me gob, that's a problem.
Wait, what I would like to say, really, when you think about it, most of it's drama. Most of it's just negative, you know, and once we get onto the negative train, it's hard to get off.
Mhm.
It really is. You know, you're going to have 50 people telling you to keep positive, keep positive. But if you're feeling too negative,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, so I tell people, step away from the drama. Don't think of the negative. If you've got negative people in your life, cut them out of your life, because it'll only become more toxic and more sour.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you apologise to people and they don't want to take your apology, that's not your problem. That's their problem to deal with, not yours.
Yeah.
Not yours at all.
You're right. Definitely. Would you like me to play a little track, my love?
And I'm going to jump down.
That's fine, Curtis. No problem.
But thank you for letting me have a little talk on the show.
Oh, you're more than welcome, man.
Thank you for joining.
No worries. And I'll probably be in the comments.
Please
Yeah.
explain to your friends that, like, we weren't being aggressive, but this is what this show is about.
No, we'll do.
It's what you call it's debating. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, obviously rattled his flaps, so he told you.
He did.
Exactly. Yep.
And I enjoyed it, do you know what I mean? Because I got to explain and all the rest of it, so that's fine.
Yeah, no worries. Right, speak to you both soon.
Right.
Love you, bro. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, Paul Stone's just said there. The thing is, an apology means nothing if you keep repeating the same mistakes. You're right there. Definitely. You're definitely right there.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
And I think Curtis's actions have spoke. I've been watching Curtis for a while now, and I've watched him break down and start building back up and gaining like friends and family back around him and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And his actions have spoke bigger than his words, and that's why I said to Rob, please give him a chance. You know, he is crying out here. So
yeah.
And like I said, we've known Curtis from 2018. Through some other drama, what wasn't caused by him, it was this. We're not going to get into it. That's a whole other kettle. Yeah, and me and Curtis got dragged into that drama, and that's how we met.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But so, right.
So my next subject, before Rob plays the song, because I want you to play the song to tie in with it.
That's right. Yeah.
So I've got to say this again, guys. The next subject I'm going to say a disclaimer again. So I'm going to be talking about triggering subjects on mental health and suicide is coming up next. So if you feel you'll be triggered by this and you feel you will be affected, please leave now and go and get yourself a cup of tea and relax, and please don't listen to it, because I do not want you to be triggered in any form, shape or way.
Yeah.
If you can reside with anything that I'm saying in the suicide factor, please comment below, okay? Because this is awareness, we need more people to talk about suicide. So I would like my husband to play a song by Mr. Trenny Ray. And it's a song called Crying Out. I would like you to go and watch the video to this on YouTube, guys. This is about suicide awareness. There's a very, very strong message at the end. And it's about one of Trent's friends that he lost to suicide. Very, very good friend. And if you can just save one person's life, then so be it. But please listen to the song very carefully. And this is Crying Out by Mr. Trenny Ray.
This baggage I carry is weighing me down. No, I'm going through hell and no help can be found. Hey, the man in the mirror's the one that I blame. The
the same one I love is the one that I hate. Ooh, I'm crying now. I'm crying now until you hit me, Lord. I'm crying now. I'm crying now, hey, until you hit me, Lord. There's some things about me that I cannot change. No, no. The hurt from my past and the scars that remain. Hey, no. These shadows, they follow wherever I go. No, no. No peace in my mind, no rest for my soul. Crying out. I'm crying out until you hit me, Lord. I'm crying out. Lord, I'm crying out until you hit me. Most of my life's been chained and bound. Ain't on my thought they was lost can be found. Here at this altar, I'm laying it down tonight. Ooh. Most of my life's been chained and bound. Ain't on my thought they was lost can be found. Here at this altar, I'm laying it down tonight. I'm crying now. Lord, I'm crying now, yeah. Until you hit me, Lord, crying now. Until you hit me, Lord, I'm crying now. Until you hit me.
There you go. Trini Ray crying out.
Yes, guys. So again, this is going to be triggering. This is about suicide awareness. So if you think you're going to be triggered or affected by it, please leave now. So are we ready?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So suicide awareness is a crucial aspect of mental health, aiming to reduce the stigma surrounding suicidal thoughts and behaviours, and to provide support and resources for those in need. Understanding the importance of suicide awareness can help save lives and foster a more compassionate society. Understanding suicide. Suicide is a complex issue that often stems from a combination of factors, including mental health disorders like depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder, as well as life stresses such as trauma, loss, and isolation. It's important to recognize that suicidal thoughts are a symptom of an underlying issue, not a sign of weakness or a character flaw. Recognizing the signs. Being aware of the warning signs of suicide can make a significant difference. Some common indicators include talking about wanting to die or to kill oneself, expressing feelings of hopelessness or having no reason to live, withdrawn from friends, family, and activities, exhibited extreme mood swings, increased use of alcohol or drugs, acting anxious or agitated, and behaving recklessly. If you notice these signs in someone, it's important to take them seriously and offer support. So how can you help? If you suspect someone is considering suicide, here's some steps to take. Talk to them. Open a dialogue by expressing your concern and asking directly if they're thinking about suicide. This can provide relief and show them that they're not alone. Listen. Offer a non-judgmental ear. Sometimes just being heard can make a huge difference. Encourage professional help. Suggest they speak with a mental health profession such as a therapist or counsellor. Stay connected. Regular check-ins can provide ongoing support and ensure that you care. Remove means. If you help them remove access to means of self-harm, such as firearms or medications, then so be it. So promoting awareness, raising awareness about suicide, involve educating others about the signs, providing resources and fostering an environment where people feel safe to talk about their struggles. So here are some ways you can promote suicide awareness. Education, support groups, public campaigns and advocacy. There are many resources available for those struggling with suicidal thoughts and for those who want to help. There's crisis hotlines, mental health organisations and online support. Suicide awareness is about more than just recognising the signs. It's about creating a culture of empathy, support and understanding. By educating ourselves and others, we can help reduce the stigma surrounding mental health and provide the support needed to save lives. Remember, reaching out can make all the difference. If you or someone you know is struggling, please seek help. There's always hope and there's always people who can care and want help. Suicide is a significant public health issue that affects individuals, families, communities worldwide. And understanding these statistics surrounding suicide can help raise awareness, inform prevention effects, and provide support to those in need. According to the World Health Organization, nearly 800,000 people die by suicide every year, which is one person every 40 seconds. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among 15-year-olds to 29-year-olds globally. The numbers highlight the urgent need for effective prevention strategies and mental health support. Suicide in the United States and the United States Center for Disease Control and Prevention reported that in 2022, there were 49,476 deaths by suicide, which equates to one death every 11 minutes. Additionally, estimated that 13.2 million adults seriously thought about suicide and 3.8 million planned a suicide attempt and 1.6 million attempted suicide. The age-adjusted suicide rate is between 14.21% to 100,000 individuals. Men are significantly more likely to die by suicide than women. In 2022, men died by suicide 3.85 times more than women. White males accounted for 68.46% of suicide deaths. Suicide rates vary by age group. Among males, the highest age suicide in the UK was 45 to 49 years of age. There is 100,000 deaths of males. For females, the highest rate was 45 to 49. And there was only 9.2 deaths of 100,000 methods, which was more men died than the women. And the most common method of suicide is by firearms. So it's a very, it's just horrendous.
You could just go on and on, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
It's absolutely a horrendous thing. I've got bipolar disorder and I want to talk on behalf of what I've been through. So you were born with bipolar. It's a decrease in serotonin in the brain. So sometimes we don't have factors of fear. And I didn't really know that I had bipolar until 13 years ago. And I was talking with my husband and we got into an argument. And for that split second, my mind went blank and I ran to a train line and I was about to jump in front of the train. And my husband pulled me back just in time. And in that moment, I felt nothing. I feared nothing and I sensed nothing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that my husband was a failure in not seeing the signs, because sometimes we don't see the signs. But hopefully what I've given you in that section, you can see the signs, okay? And people say it's a coward's way out. Let me tell you, it's not a coward's way out. People, I don't want to, right, phew.
Listen, at the end of the day, it takes a lot of balls to commit suicide. I lost a friend who committed suicide because he felt he had nobody to talk to. And it's a shame, you know. He acted normal through the day, kisses his stepmother on the head, and sorry, not his stepmother, his mother. And she went to work, and he decided to hang himself. And his siblings found him hanging in the bathroom because he felt he had nobody to talk to when he went to school. People were judging him, bullying him, intimidating him. Who else is he going to turn to? You know? So when you're in that moment, you're going to cry out for some kind of help. So do not ignore people when someone says they're going to take their own life, because that person could just be trying to do that. You know? So please, it's all part of mental health. And this is why I brought up the mental health awareness sign. You know? You don't know what people have suffered in life. You don't know what people have gone through on a daily basis. So never judge anybody by the cover. Read the book first before you make character on it. And it's the same with this. If someone's trying to cry out for that help, notice the signs. And if you don't notice them straight away, then just remember it ain't your fault. Okay? So if you're punishing yourself because you've been in a similar situation, don't punish yourself. It ain't your fault. You know? Nobody could have helped that person that wanted to go, because like I said, it takes a lot to do it. So there you go.
It does. Definitely.
Yeah. So
And you see all of you bullies. Like, I come on here and I speak out about it. If I've got a problem, I'll speak out about it, and I'll say it. Anybody can come forward and they can have their say about it too, because I'd rather speak out about it than bully somebody.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And bullying. Do you know bullies are the weakest people on this planet?
Yeah, you're right.
You are the weakest people on this planet. You are. You are. There's nobody weaker than you bullies. You are so weak. Do you know what it is? I'll put you in the same category as murderers. They're weak.
But can I just say something though? Really, you've got to think of about that situation, because that bully might be getting bullied themselves, might be getting intimidated and treat like shit themselves. So the only way they think is asserting their strength and their power against people that are weaker than them.
So instead of asserting your strength that people are weaker than you, set it against the people who are bullying you. Instead of being a sheep and want to follow that herd, want to have that new trainers and that new coat and this and all the rest of it, stand out. Do you know there's a girl, I'm going to bring this up, there's a girl I watch on TikTok and she's got my heart so much. She's called Frenchie. She's called Francesca. She's 18-year-old and she's from America. And she lives for the 1950s, lives for it. She dresses 1950s, her room's 1950s. She breathes 1950s. She's got the 1950s hair. She's stunning. She sings 1950s, and every single day, it breaks my heart. She gets bullied at school because she's not the same.
And it's back to TikTok manipulation as well.
Exactly. And do you know what it is? She ain't following the trend. She ain't buying your £80 trainers that mean absolutely shite all. She's wearing history. She's bringing back memories, and she's bringing back a trend. And it's disgusting how she's getting bullied at school. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
it really is. So don't be afraid to be different.
But this is life. This is life. This is what people do. They stick you in a little box and tell you that you can't move. Well, unfortunately, you can. Stretch your legs, stand up out that box, step into a bigger box. You know, be you. Don't change for nobody. And even if you have mental health issues, even if you have suicidal thoughts, remember you are worth it. And there is people out there that you can go to and talk to. Even a complete stranger, you can pick up the phone or send a message to somebody and talk to them. Okay, it might not be the same. You might think that they don't understand or whatever, but you'll be very surprised. There's a lot of people out there that have gone through very similar situations or are going through similar situations and will be able to help in some shape, way, or form.
My friend, when she had one of our babies, she got really bad postnatal depression, and nobody could say it apart from me. And
Yeah.
I swore down from the day she had that baby that I would be on the phone to her every single day, and I have.
Yeah.
For 2 years, I have been on the phone every single day without fail.
Yeah.
So it just takes one person just to ring. Even if that person's ringing and you think, oh, for fuck's sake, will you stop ringing us?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Answer that call. You never know, because you don't know. You really don't know.
Yeah.
You don't. Yes. Oh, it's kicked Rob out. So I'm going to read a couple of my poems that I wrote about this subject. So the first one is about bullies. In the schoolyard, where laughter should ring, a shadow falls, a cruel sting. A bully stands with words like knives, cutting deep into fragile lives. With taunts and jeers, they seek to wound a horned attender, a soul marooned. In the hallways, whispers spread, filling minds with fear and dread. The bullies' masks, a facade of might, hides their own internal flight. For deep inside, they too are lost, paying a heavy, unseen cost. The victim's tears, a silent plea for kindness, for empathy. In the darkness, they find no peace, longing for the torment to cease. Yet in the shadows, a light appears, a friend who wipes away the tears. With courage, they stand hand in hand. Together, they make a brave stand. Enough, they say, with voices strong. Bullying is cruel, it's wrong. In unity, I can't say it, sorry. In unity, they find their power, turning their tide by hour by hour. For every bully, there's a story untold of pain and fear, of hearts grow cold. With compassion, we can heal and teach them how to truly feel. In the end, it's love that wins, breaking through the darkest sins. A world where kindness leads the way, where every child can safely play.
That's lovely. So that word you were trying to say, unite or unity.
Unity, that's it. Unity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, on that note, I've got to play this one then, okay? So
Yeah.
this is you, my dear, okay? And remember, guys, my wife is bipolar type 2. She has schizophrenia tendencies as well, and many other issues, OCD, and different things. So this is a cover song that she done by Brandy Carlisle, but this song fits my wife like a glove because she's telling a story and she's telling her story. So please go and give us a watch on YouTube, Spotify, on all major platforms. Here it is, Gemma P, The Story.
All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been, and how I got to where I am. But these stories don't mean anything when you got no one to tell them to. It's true, I was made for you. I climbed across the mountain tops, swam all across the ocean blue. I crossed all the lines and I broke all the rules. But baby, I broke them all for you. make me feel like $1,000,000. You do. I was made for you. See the smile that's on my mouth, tighten the words that don't come out. All of my friends who think that I'm blessed, they don't know my head is a mess. No, they don't know who I really am, and they don't know what I've been through like you do. And I was made for you. All of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. So many stories of where I've been and how I got to where I am. Oh, but these stories don't mean anything when you got no one to tell them to. It's true. I was made for you. Oh yes, well it's true. Then I was made for you.
In the quiet corners of the mind where shadows linger hard to find, a battle wages fierce and strong, a silent war endured so long. The mind a maze of twisted paths, echoes of the past, the aftermath. Anxiety whispers a constant hum, depression's weight, it leaves one numb. In the mirror a face unknown, a soul adrift so far from home. The world outside a distant shore, a place of peace but nothing more. Yet in the darkness glimmers light, a spark of hope, a will to fight. Through therapy, through friends who care, a journey starts, a breath of air. Each step is heavy, fraught with fear, but courage grows with every tear. The mind, through fragile, learns to heal. With time and love, it starts to feel. The stigma fades, the shame dissolves. A story shared, a heart evolves. For in the telling, strength is found, a voice once lost, now clear and sound. So to the ones who fight each day in silent battles, come what may, know that you're seen, you're not alone. In this vast world, you have a home. And I would just like to introduce the next song by Mr. Robbie P, and it's called Realize. And this is about mental health awareness.
DGB Beats.
Robbie P, do you really care what you think of me? When all you do is see me as a demon, how do I give you the reason to think I'm so low and lost? But do you really know me? I could tell you lies, but the lies are true. Always been this way. I cannot deny it. realize I'm not rising to your drama. Believe in fate, not hate, mate. I'm all about the karma. You learn that I don't give a damn. I'm not a lamb that's up for slaughter. Oh no, realize I gotta try and make you see the lies. They're bringing up the heat from all the evil spies. I wanna see for myself what's causing all the strain. Make me see the things that I never wanna see again. Hey, just keeps on moving a little closer to the surface. I'm just as good as you, even though you think I'm worthless. I could have been as cruel to use you like you use the others. I've only got respect and love for the ones that I call my brothers. We don't level to rebel, we work harder to excel. Fresh and definitely DGB, our labels to prevail. Keep on looking for the realest, the ones who see the clearest. Always show the sport and the love for the caring and the daring. You better realize that my lady's so much stronger. I'll keep on writing my rhymes, not becoming a one-day wonder. Remembering all the time, told you I would bring the thunder. I'm climbing to the top and I'm never going under. When will you realize I'm not rising to your drama? Believe in fate, not hate, mate. I'm all about the karma. You learn that I don't give a damn. I'm not a lamb that's up for slaughter. Oh no, realize. When will you realize I'm not rising to your drama? Believe in fate, not hate, mate. I'm all about the karma. You learn that I don't give a damn. I'm not a lamb that's up for slaughter. Oh no, realize.
Yes, guys, that was Mr. Robbie P with Realise. I just want to thank everybody who's joined me on Who's Rattled My Flaps. I'd like to thank Curtis Fletcher for joining and talking about his section and being able to get off his chest as well.
But I'd just like to add, after that track, it's very important that you listen to the lyrics, guys. Don't rise to drama.
Definitely.
Okay?
Yeah,
Because I'm not rising to drama. The only time I'm going to rise is when I feel someone stepping in my lane.
Now, some people might say, you know, like, who rattled my flat's all about. It's not. It's about coming and speaking out. See, this is a problem. People will talk behind your back. People will type. But people won't come to you. And I've said to anybody, if anything, if the shoe fits Cinderella, wear it and come to the ball and take the floor with me and talk about it. This is what this is about, okay? So I'd rather get it out there than sit and slag you off behind your back like you do with us.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're a coward. That's all it is, cowardly. Okay?
Very, very cowardly.
Very cowardly.
But I just want to thank our sponsors tonight as well. Graham Drayton from Burnt Radio Chart Show, independent artist. And I'm waiting.
Oh, Mr. Steve Little from Mad About Musicals. And also, I would like to say, guys, join us tomorrow at 9 p.m. tomorrow.
That's correct.
On this channel for the Seriously Serious Chart Show.
Yes.
It's going to be number one. Who's going to be number one?
That was last week's list. So, who's
well, I have to say that we do have 2 new entries for Monday.
We do.
We do.
But we'll mention more of that tomorrow night anyway.
We do, but that's just to give you a little bit. So you come back, you see, you'll be hanging on your seat now thinking, wonder who's gone.
So, what can I say? It's been a really good show. Been very interesting, different. And he is going to be one of these either every Friday or every Sunday. But we will let you know. We'll keep you informed.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, I'm going to say good night from me.
Good night from me.
And we'll see you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
And remember, don't rattle my flaps, Doris, or it'll be brought to light. Love yous all.
Correct. Bye.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Lights cut all ties like the flies in the sky, soaring high. I'm on a level, win a medal, time to fly. Lost spies would woodworking drama in the night, time to fight. I'm not dying for a sinner with no sight and no light. Knocking off the wicked, stacking quickies on the wire. Click that bang, shots are fired, running from life's desire. Making a labor run with an aim of small fire. Snap the rattle on my shoulder, this fool ain't no liar. They call me Humble D, dominating, being humble. I will sting you like a bee, kill your talents when you stumble. Mark my vision, bring me down, 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 right to your mumble. I can finally see this ball, but all the fakeness isn't subtle. Who's that with a boom bap? Robbie's in a school rap. Judging makes you weak, so fix a leak on your screw cap. Looking for a tweet on the subject, you threw back. I'm ending all this here, I've got no time for a loop back.